afternoon, everybody. This is Robin with Stamp with Dr. Robin. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in beautiful San Diego, California, where it is low 70s, maybe mid 70s by now. I've been inside for the last hour or so. A little bit of a breeze. It's just absolutely beautiful day. I don't know if you can tell by how I'm talking. I'm a little congested still because I got COVID again this week. So we were at a wedding, not this weekend, but the one before. And when I reached out, found out that there were other people at the wedding that also had COVID. So fun. This really hasn't been a bad COVID. I don't know why, but first I'm still, there we go. Now I can finally see myself. So say hi if you're watching. Sorry about that. I couldn't get it to turn on, so I'm on a little bit late. But I do have a fun card to share. It's very easy. Like I said, I've been a little under the weather this week, so haven't been up to major card making times, but I have a whole bunch to share with you, a whole bunch of things to talk about. You know, I'm in that papercraft collective design team, and every month we make cards on videos, and if you buy $50 worth of product from me, you get now 8. We were at 7, and we added a designer, Stesha Bloodheart, and so now we have 8 designers all sharing cards. So for this month, we've been sharing cards from the Peaceful Garden, and next month, get a little sneak peek here. Actually, you know what? Let me put you down because I think it'll be easier to see this way. So this is the traditions of Christmas that we're going to be sharing with you for the month of October. If you buy $50 from any of us, you're going to get a video card tutorial about how to make all these really wonderful cards, which we're going to try to get a little bit more centered here. There we go. Anyway, so that's one thing. Second is classes. I've got hopefully enough people in my Oasis class that's this Wednesday from 1:30 to 3:30 in Rancho Bernardo. So if you haven't signed up, please go online and sign up for that. I've got a new class coming up on October 19th, and that will be using the gingerbread man. And I know we played with that a few weeks ago, and we made him into a gingerbread woman, and not that card, but probably a different gingerbread woman card will show up. And when I make this one, I'm gonna make just maybe 1 or 2 of them in a holiday card, but the others I'm just gonna be using this to make more general cards, so it'd be more usable kind of year round. World Card Making Day is next Saturday, and Stampin' Up's having a free craft along from 2 to 3 Mountain Time. You will need the Handmade and Heartfelt kit, which is a kit that has 10 cards. Plus, I'm really looking forward to making this. I haven't done my kit yet, so I can't show you. But go online and look at it, Handmade and Heartfelt. And it has a little box, and that I want to use to put all my stuff that sits on my desk. I think it'll be a good little organizing box. So go online and order that. It's $32, I believe. The next thing that's new and different is the 12 Days of Crafting Advent Calendar. I don't know if any of you have seen people showing this online, but it's very cool because you get something new every day. It comes with a very special stamp set, and there are some people that have been sharing it online. I have not been yet, but you get to open it all at once or 12 days, and it's not a holiday set, okay? It's an all occasions kind of set. I know you're going to get paper, I know you're going to get dyes, I know you're going to get embellishments, don't know what else you're going to get. It's $99, which is, what you would spend basically on a whole suite, and that's what you're going to get in here. If you buy it from me, you will get 8 PDFs for cards that you could make from this set. My upline Peggy Noe and I are going to do that, work on that together. We're going to make some fabulous cards, and you'll get the PDFs of those. So today we are going to be working with, let me get back to it in the catalog, the Lights of Aurora set. Here's one page. It's on page 36 and 37 of the mini catalog. And it's got these beautiful papers in it that are supposed to look like Northern Light. Well, I think they do look like Northern Lights. And it's got this stamp set. It's called Light and Wonder. And I bought this because I thought it would be great for lots of different things. And specifically, then my husband said to me, hey, we need some Divali cards. We don't celebrate Diwali. It's a Hindu holiday. But my daughter's husband and his family are Hindu. And so I would like to make some cards to honor their holiday. Divali this year is October 21st. It celebrates light and, bringing light into the world, how you can, push out darkness by light, things like that. And so I thought this would be just the perfect thing. So here's the card that I made, wishing you a year of light, and then I just used my little Stampin' Write marker to put that little and love. So I didn't put anything on the inside. I don't have a Happy Diwali stamp. In the past when we had little letters, I kind of put those together and made Happy Diwali, but I don't even know where those letters are, if I have them anymore. So let's just go ahead and make this. Just getting some things out of the way. And then I realized when I opened this up, I had actually used these in color dots on here because I really thought this petunia pop went well with it. And then when I picked up the catalog, I remembered that I had these dots that actually go with this set. These are called frosted iridescent dots. And so I'm going to use those today. And those come in balmy blue. They say this is berry burst, this color there. I think it goes pretty well with petunia pop though. The clear ones and gorgeous grapes. We can use those today. And if you want to see, I have a little bit left of some more of the paper that's in here. Those are the same. Those are the same. I think I used all the ones that had large bits of that color that to me looked like petunia pop a little bit. So this is how that piece started out. And what I've done is to this piece right here. Hi Doris, hi Vivian. This piece right here is 3.5 by 4 1/8. Okay, and then what we're going to do is we're going to cut this up into 1 3/8 pieces. So let's do that first. All right, so 1 1/2 is right there. I think a lot of people have trouble with that, but 1 3/8 is between 1 1/4 and 1 1/2. So there's one, and there's the second one. Whoops. I'm going to try to keep them in order because I think that looks better. All right, so now I have my piece. I guess we'll put it like that. No, I think it goes the other way. That's the other thing I did, is I went and looked at Northern Lights pictures, because I think on some of them I put them backwards, but you want these little ones that kind of go up like that to be going up. All right, so I find, and then this piece of paper is 3 3/4 by 5, and like I said, that's the petunia pop. When I put things on like this in multiples, I like to put the top and the bottom, or the side and the side, depending on how you're going, on first, and then I can center the middle one, because what your eyes goes to more is that middle section, and just don't look even to me. And I really want these two spaces to be even. So that's why I put the top and the bottom on first. And then I can make this one a little more even that way. You see what I mean? So that these are a little bit more even. Okay? And now we're gonna take Secret Sea. Do you guys have a favorite of the new in colors? I really think Secret Sea is my favorite new in color. I just love the way it's almost like a neutral. It's almost like black, but it's not quite. So this is just a regular 8.5 by 5.5. It's scored at 4 1/4. And we're just gonna put this one on it. I just stopped for a second, make sure it was putting those Northern Lights going the right direction. So pretty. All right, so the next thing we're gonna do is we're gonna stamp all those different words. And I could have just left them kind of square, but when I tried that, or rectangles or whatever, it covered up too much of those Northern Lights, and so I think I'm gonna have to go this way. I decided I was gonna do it a different way. So this is Petunia Pop. Make sure you guys, I think one of the other things that I've noticed on a lot of new stampers is always tell them hold it here for a while when you are stamping. Count to 3 or something. You gotta let it have time to transfer that ink. Whoops, and try not to do what I just did in Rocket, though it came out okay. All right, so now we get to fussy cut, because there is no die for cutting these out, and honestly, I don't have the dies if there were. All right. To me, I call this bubble cutting because it kind of looks like you are cutting a bubble around them. And I'll say this over and over again, move the paper, not the scissors. Move the paper, not the scissors. All right, so there's one. I'm gonna just cut this off because it's in my way. The other reason I decided to do this is I was really having a little bit of a trouble getting these words even and straight. I was just trying to do it on the paper. I always leave a probably bigger margin than I should around here, because I can always cut them down. I can't cut them bigger. Now And when I'm cutting around these ones like this where I really am going to go in, I really just try to move that paper slowly and just keep a little pressure on the scissors. And that way you can get some smoother cuts. Now on this one, I'm going to want that little and in there, so I might as well put it in now. Now you guys, if you like these Stampin' Write markers, you need to get them now. I don't have all of them. I kind of started collecting one by one when we used to sell them one by one. And now you have to get them in the packs. But if you like them, they are now in last chance. Apparently, once we all decided we liked blends more, people haven't been buying the Stampin' Write markers, and so they're going bye-bye. So they're in last chance. So if you want them, go get them now, because they will not be around forever. I think I just went up like this on this one. To me, that's the hardest, is going around those individual ones like this. Sometimes you'll see I cut away that big piece so that it's just a little easier to work with. Sorry if this is boring, but I don't know, sometimes I find this relaxing to do. And when people get stressed out about it, I'm always just saying it's just ink and paper. If you screw it up, you can go back and do it again. Or put an embellishment over it, because that works really well to hide boo-boos, right? What's your favorite way to hide boo-boos, you guys? Mine's an embellishment. Those little butterflies or bees or whatever that we happen to have, those are some of my favorite ways to hide boo-boos over the years. My class would ask me, why is that there? It's there because there's a boo-boo underneath it. You put it where your boo-boo is or somewhere else. Either way works. All right. That wasn't too bad, right? Just try to straighten them out. They get a little bit bent up here. And we're just going to put some dimensionals on the back. I don't think I used any baby dimensionals, just big ones this time around. But I did try to stagger it a little bit. So I'm going to put this one kind of centered up here. Actually not centered, it's over to the side, because I thought I'd kind of cascade them down a little bit. Light and love. I'm sure you can think of lots of different ways that you could use this. And now what I want to do is I took this glimmer paper. This is the Secret Sea glimmer paper. It comes with the Peaceful Garden suite, and it comes also in silver and a bright blue. I think it's an azure blue. And I took the Peace on Earth, this die right here, and cut it out of this, just because I thought it needed a little bit more something fancy. And I'm going to kind of stick it behind these, so I don't need this whole thing. So if I just go like this, and I cut off this little thing right here. Now I have two different ones to use. I don't think I need that whole little thing here. So I just want to stick it under there and stick it up here. It's actually too big, so I think I'm going to cut up a little bit more. And then it'll fit under here just like that. So just a couple little dabs of glue. I'm not even going to try to get it everywhere. I just want it to not fall off. So I'm going to just stick it under there, dab off whatever glue's trying to come off with it. Just little teeny, 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 teeny. Can't hardly see them. Dots of glue. See, that was too much glue. It's smushing out. I can have sticky hands forever. Now, for the inside, I do have a piece that's 3 3/4 by 5. And what I did is I just, with all these little extra pieces that I had, I just cut, you know, these are just leftovers from doing this, and I just cut about a 1/2 inch piece. It's one of my favorite ways to just kind of finish off the inside, especially because I'm not putting anything else on there right now. So it's a 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. I like to show a little white down at the bottom, but you could put it all the way down to the bottom. You could do one that goes up and down here. And my card's done. Oh no, I mean, I need my gems, So I'm going to use the pink ones that they're calling Berry Burst, and I'm saying, okay, sure, you can call them that if you want to. So I'm going to put one up here. Looks like we have 2 sizes of those. The ones that I had originally used from the In Colors had 3 different sizes. So pretty. I don't know if you can really see the difference between those two, but you could use whichever one you wanted. What's interesting to me, maybe it's because it's on the petunia pop, is this one to me goes better with it than this, but now I can see that there's a little more pink right there. But either one will work. And you know, this card would also work for a Hanukkah card, to wish somebody light and love, perfect thing to say, and then Happy Hanukkah on the inside. So just lots of different ways to use it. And I haven't gotten the dies yet, and I'm sure there'll be lots more ways that way. So let's put you up like this. And I will see you next week at next Monday at 1 o'clock Pacific time. Hopefully I won't sound all congested still and be feeling back to normal. But let me know if you're interested in my gingerbread class, or if you have any questions or need to place an order. And I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.